Hello, I'm Esther. I'm chair of the Socialist Labour Network, and I'm chairing the meeting for this evening. And this meeting, Never Again, means never again for everyone, has been arranged by the Socialist Labour Network in partnership with Jewish Network for Palestine and the Scottish Palestine Solidarity Campaign. Today is Holocaust Memorial Day. Soldiers of the 60th Army of the 1st Ukrainian Front of the Russian Army opened the gates of Auschwitz concentration camp 80 years ago today, on January the 27th, 1945. We are holding this meeting to remember and commemorate all the victims of the Nazi Holocaust. The Holocaust was perpetrated by the Nazis and right-wing collaborators across Europe against at least 6 million Jews, also Roma and Sinti Gypsies, disabled people, 3 million Russian prisoners of war, and up to 3 million Poles, as well as millions of Russian civilians. In total, it's estimated that 15 to 20 million people died in the Nazi Holocaust. We are holding this meeting to say never again for everyone, including the people of Gaza who've been destroyed on a mass scale in the present conflict. We welcome our speakers this evening, all of whom bring their perspectives to past and present genocides. We will hear from our speakers and then we'll have time to take contributions and questions from the floor to the panel, concluding with final remarks from the panel members. Our speakers tonight are Dr. Ghada Kami, Rania Khalek. We're hoping to see Tariq Ali, although he has said he's not well, so he may not be able to join us. Stephen Kapos, Ronnie Casriels, and Tony Greenstein. Suzanne Weiss was listed to be on our panel, but she's unable to join us. So Mick of Scottish Palestine Solidarity Campaign will read out her message to the meeting shortly. Suzanne was born to immigrant Jews in Paris in 1941. She found refuge with a farm family between 1943 and 1945. After losing her parents in the war, Suzanne was adopted by a New York family in 1950 and has been active throughout her life in a variety of social justice movements. Suzanne's memoir, Holocaust to Resistance, My Journey, was published by Foamwood in October 2019. So I'm going to pass over to Mick now to read out Suzanne's statement and also say a few words, I think, about Ali's arrest. Over to you, Mick.
Thank you, Esther. This meeting is so important. Ali, the last I heard, was still in detention, was still under arrest. We know the Israelis have killed a couple of hundred journalists. We know that journalism, in a sense, has been killed in Britain in the mainstream media. And in that situation, journalists, real journalists, like those at the Electronic Intifada, and especially perhaps Ali Abunimah, are very important for us.
Sorry, can you hear me? There was news that just actually came out about Ali. He's been officially deported from Switzerland.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Said that out. I thought that would be important to mention, but please continue what you were saying because it's all still relevant.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I think one of the best responses we can make to Ali's detention is to try as hard as possible to get more subscribers to Electronic Intifada, because they're obviously such a threat that the Swiss had to deport Ali. Suzanne Weiss is very, very upset that she couldn't make it tonight. Here are her words. How I wish I could participate in the Holocaust Memorial meeting. I'm incapacitated because of recent surgery and continue to recuperate in hospital. Without a computer and my files, it's difficult for me to compose a message expressing all that I want to say. But I'm hoping the following few words will be appropriate and adequate. As a Holocaust survivor, the term never again is a determined pledge I deeply feel. I believe that the tenacious Palestinian struggle has given a more universal, broader, and profound meaning to those words. During the Second World War, millions of people understood fascism and Nazism as racist ideologies. Today, Zionism is waging a genocide of vengeance with the complete eradication of the Palestine people in mind and their struggle against Israeli apartheid. It's generally understood by the world's supporters of Palestinian freedom that Zionist fascism is not only racist through and through, but also that it is inspired by settler colonialism, the goal of which is seizing the land, natural resources, and acquiring some cheap labour at any cost, at the cost of the survival of future generations. In their fight to regain their homeland, Palestinians have taught the world the meaning of resistance. The US and Israel never imagined the strength, the will, and the determination of the Palestinians in this struggle against subjugation and oppression. The Palestinians have won Gaza against all odds. Their resolve and courage has shown us the way. It has become evident that the US and Israeli-led devastation of Gaza is part of a larger and wider battle with the goal of disenfranchising the people of the Middle East and robbing them of their land, resources, and independence. The US-Israel alternative is annihilation, and never again thus takes on new meaning for us. It has become clear that the Palestinian carnage at the hands of Israel and the US has never been in defense of the Jewish people. Israel abuses the horror of Hitler's Holocaust to say that Jewish people needed their own country to escape anti-Semitism. Zionism is not Judaism, but Israel has led a world witch hunt directed against the Palestinians to confuse the two. If you criticize Israel's policy of extermination, you're labeled as an anti-Semite. Tony, you get a mention. Our Tony Greenstein and Asa Winstanley of Electronic Intifada are among the many challenging and combating this attempt to silence the Palestinian voice and presence. We must defend them and all who are under attack. I am proud that in demonstrations throughout the world, Jewish people are seen in large contingents living up to our heartfelt never again. We raise our voices in support of the Palestinian people and for the rights of all humanity. The resistance initiated on October the 7th, 2023 by the Palestinians is indeed a struggle for all humanity. We in the diaspora must and will continue to support the Palestinians, the Lebanese, and all the peoples of the Middle East in every way possible. The BDS movement is a powerful tool to seriously challenge and isolate the manufacturers and distributors of the war machine. With BDS, we represent our united power with heartfelt conviction in organising people in action for a brand new world. Never again for anyone. From Suzanne Weiss.
Thank you very much, Mick. Thank you for that really rousing message from Suzanne.